What's up, peoples? It's Gendo here, and welcome back to the International Boys. And as always, if you are still enjoying the series, please do go and drop a like. And today, it's the return matches versus both Kazakhstan and Belgium, both away from home. But before we get to that, we do got a couple of matches that we need to go over, a friendly and a World Cup qualifier, and also take a look and see how we are ranked in the world and see how it compares to everyone else in the world. But we, of course, played Austria and Georgia in our next session, Austria being the friendly and Georgia being the World Cup qualifying match. And against Austria, we absolutely dominated them. We battered them. We took all the shots. We had all the possession, but only a 1-0 victory. And not only that, a 1-0 victory that took until the 90th minute to get a goal, as Sergei Milinkovic-Savic getting himself his chance to put us finally in the lead. Ostojic getting across to Plavsic, and you'll see Plavsic in just a bit. An assist through to Sergei, who then fires it between two defenders and the goalkeeper to give us the 1-0 lead and the 1-0 victory. Good stuff there. It's nice to see that everyone was basically hitting on all cylinders. It's just that the finishing was very lackluster, and that's not something that we need to see going into the World Cup. But after that, we then took on Georgia just 4 days later, and we beat them by the final score of 3-1. Luka Jovic getting himself a brace, Kostic getting on the score sheet as well. Another match that we absolutely battered a team in terms of shots and shots taken. Not so much possession this time, as we had a little bit less, but let's take a look at some of the goals from our side. The first goal coming in the 3rd minute, crossing the box, cleared away, Vetrovic back outside to Stankovic, crosses inside, Luka Jovic right there into the near post. In the 42nd minute, though, off of a corner kick, the ball goes over everybody, but Luka Jovic is right there to pick it up. He's going to throw across in the box. Filip Kostic, I thought Filip Kostic was right there. No, it bounced out to him, and it curls. What a great curling shot into the far post to, at that point in time, give us a 2-0 lead right before halftime. And then on the other side of halftime, free kick, Masalusic. Like I said, trying to read these Serbian names at a canter is going to be a little bit difficult. But a great ball from Davor Vuko, gets it through to Luka Jovic, gets himself a brace on the day, and that put us in a comfortable 3-0 lead. Georgia, in fact, getting one back in the 71st minute, but at that point in time, didn't really matter because we already won, and we're going to see ourselves through in our group. 5 games out of 5. And we have won them all. And not only that, if we take a look at the group actual proper, and we take a look at the stages, we have 15 goals for, 5 goals against. That means that we've won all of our matches by the final score of 3-1. And no, I'm not cheating on this whatsoever. Believe me, the in-game editor is not in play. I'll show you the game status. See, in-game editor used, no, allowed, no. So I'm not cheating here, but to get all 5 of our matches at a perfect 3-1 is absolutely insane. I'm probably for sure not going to reach that final score in either of these next 2 matches, but I do want to come away with wins versus both Kazakhstan and Belgium, maybe get a draw versus Belgium since it is away from home. But outside of that, let's take a look at the club proper, and we have absolutely jumped up in terms of our ranking. We were as low as 64th at one point in time. That was during the winter months leading up to this World Cup qualifying, and now we've jumped all the way up to 25th place. Not a bad jump whatsoever, and that could continue to go up, maybe as high as 20, maybe even above 20. But outside of that, let's actually take a look at the world rankings proper and see who's in the top 10. We got Argentina number 1, Portugal number 2, France actually tied with Portugal based off of points, so a venerable 3rd. Brazil 4th, Chile 5th, Uruguay 6th, Australia sitting up here in 7th place. Like, what have they done to warrant themselves a single-digit position? It looks like they've been going up steadily ever since the start of this game. Look at that. Ever since, like, the 2022 season, they've been on a rapid incline. That's absolutely amazing, and it looks like they're winning all of their competitions. They've gone undefeated for just over 2 years in World Cup qualifying, as well as the AFC Cup. So Australia, big ups to Australia being in 7th place right now. The Netherlands are in 8th, Spain 9th, Germany 10th. So yeah, that's your top 10 looking right now. And yeah, we're looking to try and crack into it. Well, maybe not crack into it, but at least be top 20 going into the World Cup draw. But We got to worry about these matches first, so let's get into it versus Kazakhstan, and let's see how we're going to line up versus them. So this time around, I'm going to be using the 4-2-3-1 away from home, and I'm going to be making 4 changes to the lineup, 3 of them along the back line, as you're going to see in just a bit. Dejan Vuko, and I'm going to call him Vuko because his last name is the same as Davor Vuko's. He's going to be on the right-hand side. Vukasin Jovanovic, along with Srđan Babic in the center of the park, as well as Basque Marcus, a 19-year-old left back, coming in from Partizan. And yes, like I said, 3 of those all new. You'll see the stats up there on the screen. They're looking pretty damn decent, especially Vukasin. Vukasin from Zenit St. Petersburg. Never would have found out about him unless I loaded up the Russian leagues. And at 29 years old, yes, he is up there in age, but his stats and his physicality is nothing to be scoffed at. 15 marking, 15 tackling as well makes him a pretty prime defender going forward, and he might feature in pretty much my lineups going forward as well. The center mid partnership this time around is going to be Peter Mitrovic and Nenad Bosanac, with the 3 attacking mids in front of them: Davor Vuko, Radovan Stankovic, and Srđan Plavsic, a relative newcomer to the scene at 29 years old. Once again, never would have found him had I not loaded up the leagues, coming in from Red Star. And of course, he had his first cap in the last match, getting that assist to Lukijovic. And yeah, he looks fairly decent, more played in the center of the park as a cam, but I'm switching out to the left-hand side just to give him some playtime, with also the added benefit of giving one of my wingers some rest before the Belgium match. And sitting up top is Luka Jovic, who currently has 36 Serbian international goals. He is 1 behind the Serbian record. He needs 2 to break it, and I feel that with the 4 matches left to go in this coming year, he's absolutely going to do it, and probably could do it versus Kazakhstan, but we'll just have to wait and see. Let's go kick off, see what happens in the attacking zone, and just carry out and finish how you finished in your last match. I know I said finish twice. Don't look into that. But can it be another 3-1 win? We shall wait and see. 2 minutes on, ball trying to be lumped over the top to Lukijovic, but Mitrovic gets it out to Basque Marcos, who finds Luka. He doesn't have an angle into Stankovic, and Radovan Stankovic, 2 minutes into the match, puts us up 1-0. A great assist from Lukijovic. He had 2 men in his face. He didn't have a great angle, so he had to pass it off, and Stankovic coming in running from the center of the park, wide open, one-on-one with the goalkeeper. You're not going to stop those. Great execution, great goal. And the player that Plavsic is in fact going to give a rest for is Filip Kostic. Ball coming inside. Jovanovic, is that the center back that I brought in? Vukasin Jovanovic in his debut match for the Serbian national team just only goes and gets himself his debut goal as well. Let's take a look at this again. Lukijovic, another assist for Luka, who heads it on far post to Jovanovic, and just like that, it's 2-0 to Serbia with just 11 minutes on the clock. And as you would expect, it's been all Serbia early on. 19 minutes, Plavsic gets it through to Basque Marcus. Basque at the top of the box, can't really find anybody, and now Kazakhstan could potentially hit us on a counter. They do not. Great interception. Nice long ball up to Davor Vuko, cuts inside, tries to slip it through to Luka. It falls to Vuko again, takes a shot, and it's a good save from the Kazakhstani keeper. Oh man, all of these chances, all of these attacks, it's great to see it, but we need to now continue on and finish these chances. We had 4 shots on target. Yeah, we scored half of them, but we should be up 4-0 at this point. 1 minute of stoppage time on the clock. This is probably going to be the last attack. Oh, it's a penalty. It's a foul in the box. Oh, unbelievable. A header away, and they say, the ref says Kazakhstan fouled a man in the box, and who's going to step up to take it? It's Luka Jovic. Can he tie the Serbian record right here from a spot kick? He does exactly that. Keeper goes right, he shoots left. It's 3-0 to Serbia right before halftime. So at halftime 3-0, there really doesn't need to be any sort of changes going forward, but because of his tiredness and I want to keep him at least somewhat fit for the match versus Belgium, Srđan Babic is going to come off for Nikola Milenkovic, who is another newbie that I'm bringing into the squad. 27 years old from Anderlecht, 6'5". He's a tall boy. He's a really tall boy, and he's got some decent defensive stats as well. 14 marking and 14 tackling. Everyone else is going to remain the same. Going to keep it on attacking just to see if we can get any more goals in this match. And all the way up to the hour mark, and there really hasn't been much of anything in this match. I've already subbed on Filip Kostic to get him some game time, but other than that, it's been a dead half. 13 minutes left to go in this match. Kazakhstan coming forward, but it's a nice long ball up over to Luka Jovic. Can he break the record? No, it's well over. Final sub, Sergei Milinkovic-Savic coming on for Peter Mitrovic because he had a yellow card, but it looks like it's not going to matter as 2 minutes of stoppage time on the clock with just 1 minute left to go. It's going to end 3-1 as Kazakhstan get themselves a goal. No, forget it. It's being called offsides, and I don't know why they're calling Jovanovic offside. But Kazakhstan have themselves a late goal disallowed, so this match is in fact not going to end 3-1. Oh man, just imagine the scenes if it would have ended 3-1. I mean, look at all the bettors that probably would have said, oh, this match is going to end 3-1. If last time it ended the last 5 times, why not go for it again? How many people are tearing up their betting slips right now after it didn't end 3-1? But a win is a win nonetheless. Doesn't matter if it's a shutout. We give up 1 goal, 2 goals, 3 goals. As long as we still get a win, Milovac making that one final save from a Kazakhstani attack. Just kick the ball out, and referee, blow your full-time whistle. There you go. A solid 3-0 win, and honestly, that should get us through to the World Cup. A good win, boys, but let's take a look at the overall table. And with 2 matches to go, Belgium doesn't even matter at this point in time. We have qualified for the World Cup proper. We don't even need to worry about going through second place. We are topping the group, and nothing can stop us from that. Like I said, it's not going to show up here, but if you do the maths, it's pretty much us qualified for the World Cup. Whatever. Let's turn our attention now to Belgium and just make damn sure that we're fully qualified for the World Cup. Right, so now it's time to get into the second match versus Belgium, once again away from home, and I'm going to be switching up to the 4-3-3-V formation because I need to be a little bit more conservative, especially on the road, especially against Belgium, because it is still Belgium, and I know that they're going to be a decent side. I want to say that I got lucky versus them the first time, so I don't want to get caught with my proverbial pants down, really, so I'm being a little bit more conservative and going with this. Formation and lineup as follows. Milovac staying in between the sticks. Mihailovic, Jovanovic, Babic, and Staniev along the back line. We're going to have Sreten Vjetrovic as the defensive mid because he's really the only best option. Bosanac is in the center mid spot alongside partner Marko Grujic this time. We're going to have Kostic on the left and Sasha Ostojic out on the right. Yes, he's not just a striker. He can also play out on the wing side, the right-hand side. I need to put him out there because Davor Vuko does have a little bit of a fitness issue. He's at 85% conditioning. So give Ostojic out there, get him some first-team play time, and hope that he does well. Otherwise, I do have Davor Vuko on the bench. I can sub him on. And, of course, Luka Jovic sitting up top. Try to get that Serbian record. Let's hope that he does. Right, so let's take a look and see how Belgium are going to be lining up. They're once again coming out with the 4-4-2. They got Verfaillie still up there, Eden Hazard, Masonda still there, Thibaut Courtois, Delcourt, Labal. So yeah, it's almost the same lineup as when we faced them earlier in this qualifying, but there are some new names and new faces in there. But boys, let's see if we can keep our run going. We're still undefeated in this group. Why not just keep that roll going? Not just undefeated, but untied. Let's go. Not even 2 minutes in, and Belgium already asserting their dominance, but what a clearance way out to Mihailovic, the left back, or actually he's a right back coming inside, taking a shot. Very ill-advised, but wow, what a break he had. It's very, very strange to see us dominating one team in terms of possession. We've had 63% of the ball, and now ball falling to Bosanac, and it went through everybody. The goalkeeper did not even see it, and Nenad Bosanac has put Serbia up 1-0 on the road versus Belgium in the 38th minute. Let's take a look at this again. Ball falls to Luka. He heads it on to Bosanac, crosses body, and through 4 people, the goalkeeper was completely blocked, didn't know where the ball was going, and into the back of the net it goes. What a lead. That doesn't mean a thing as Belgium now coming forward once again with 3 minutes left to go in this half. We get the ball on an interception. Now we can hit him on a counterattack. Let's go, boys. Luka has to play back to Grujic. He's being bossed in the middle of the park, tries to run around him, but Masonda is right there. Belgium coming through. Afkir with the ball through the top. Great save from Milovac. And that was a great long ball for Belgium to get it through, but even better save for Milovac. They get themselves a corner kick out of it. It's whipped in. Afkir. Didn't think that anything would have come of that, but we are all tied right before halftime. Eden Hazard whipping in a beautiful ball from the corner. Afkir, not completely unmarked, but he was the first one to get that ball, rising the highest. And we are going to go into halftime all level at 1 apiece. Not bad. Not bad. Honestly, more of a realistic match that I expected in the first setting. But now that we're away from home, I do feel that this is more of how we should be playing versus the Belgium side. But unlucky boys, things haven't gone right for us. We can do better. Don't worry, we can do better. And if we come away with a draw here, I feel a draw is a solid result away to Belgium. Lukijovic not having the best of games. He's also looking pretty tired. I might sub him out, but let's see what happens here. Ostojic through to Mihailovic. Oh, taking a shot, and Courtois right there with a save. A laser of a shot. And right on the line is Courtois. Great save. And it looks like I really am going to need to take Lukijovic out. Very unfortunate. But, yeah, we'll see what actually happens here. I'm also going to be taking off Nenad Bosnach for Sergey. So all three of my subs being made with 12 minutes left to go in this match. Can we find a winner here? Can we get a win? Can we continue on with this winning streak? If not, I'll be fine and settle with an undefeated streak. That's okay, too. 2 minutes of stoppage time on the clock, pretty much have come and gone, but we got ourselves one last attacking chance. Nope, Belgium cleared away, and that is in fact how this final goes. It's our first non-win of this World Cup qualifying. It's a 1-1 to Belgium. That's okay, boys. Fully expected us to struggle this time around, especially away from home, and honestly, not a bad result. We did dominate for the most of the match, though, in terms of possession. That's a little bit disappointing, but like I said, a 1-1 draw, I will take it. We have already officially qualified for this World Cup, so no big deal. Absolutely no skin off my back on that one, as we are automatically going through to the World Cup. And now, we gotta take a look and see who we're actually going to be drawing, right? Well, we will worry about that in the next episode after we play Georgia. I'm going to play Qatar off camera. I mean, that's just a friendly anyway, so it doesn't really matter what happens. But let's see how we do versus Georgia and see how everybody else shapes up in the UEFA groupings and see exactly who makes it and who doesn't. So I hope you tune in next time and see exactly who we're going to get in our World Cup draw. But anyway, guys, I'd like to thank you very much for watching. Of course, as always, if you did enjoy it, please go and drop it a like, share, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And if you want to leave a comment on what you saw today or the series as a whole, please leave in the comment box below. I appreciate every comment that you guys put down. I try to interact with you guys as much as possible. I appreciate the interaction. But anyway, guys, I've been Gendo, and you've been awesome, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, and peace out.